Hi, I'm Jason Heisen, Mannington R&D Installation Specialist. And today we're here to talk about our new restoration product, Bespoke, and how it differs slightly from our previous restoration products. The main difference is a slight profile change in the locking system. And today we're going to go through exactly what that means in differences for installation. Okay, let's get started. These are going to be all the items you need to complete the job. As you can see, we already have our laminate pad installed. We recommend a Mannington branded laminate pad. This one is our Whisper 3-in-1. Other tools that you'll need is a guillotine cutter or a chop saw, something to cut the laminate, a jigsaw. We have adjustable spacers to make sure we maintain our expansion gap. A hammer, obviously some regular hand tools, and then very important is this is our Mannington Universal Tapping Block, and we will show and talk about this in more detail coming up here shortly. I have measured the room. It's important to measure the room to balance your planks. So, if we just start with a full plank, we could end up with a very skinny plank on the end. So I've already taken the measurements and balanced the plank out. And this room called for the plank to have about 2 inches cut off of it. So we've already ripped that down. We're ready to get started here on our starter wall. As you can see, we've gotten started. We got our starter row down and a couple other rows, making sure that we have our 5/16 expansion gap. Got these adjustable spacers in here. Also, we're working out of several boxes. Make sure you're working out of 3 or 4 boxes. And you're trying to mix up the visuals of different planks so we don't end up with clustered tones or clustered patterns. Important to mix them up. As far as the locking system, again, this is the new Bespoke product is slightly different than the current restoration product, where this will allow you to angle as we typically do with restoration. We can put the first angle in, lay it down and snap it in. You can do that with this product, but it's a little more difficult. So what this will actually allow you to do is angle tap it in. So we can put this long angle in first. Make sure that that's in nice and tight. Bring it down close to your head seam and then push that in and lock it down flat into place. From here, you're going to use the Mannington Universal Tapping Block. What's really cool about this block is it's got a little ledge on it. It's got several ledges. We use it for all of our locking profile products, from our LVT lines, hardwood, and then of course, laminate. But this little edge will keep it off of the profile and allow us to tap on that nice and solid without damaging the profile. Another trick, if you find it necessary, you can take a scrap piece and click that in there to ensure that these go together nice and smooth. But again, tapping on the laminate, I'm just going to drive that head seam tight. So it's an angled tap with Bespoke. I want to emphasize again the angled tap method with our Bespoke product. So we're going to get a close-up here of this head seam closing up. What you're not going to see at the other end is how the Mannington Universal Tapping Block, how it's got this notch in it, and you're able to put it solid against the hard laminate edge, avoiding the more fragile profile. And then we can tap directly on it with a hammer to close this up. Let's give it a shot. Another tool you may find super helpful is a pull bar. They come in a couple different sizes and shapes. A smaller one here and then a larger one that we like to use. Some carpet tile on the back of it so that when we're using it, we're not going to tear up or scratch the finished floor. When we're marking this final plank, the last plank in the row, the best way to do it is actually to spin it around backwards. Put your finished edge up against the wall, and now we want to mark it and leave roughly 5/16 to 3/8 of an inch gap here. So we have the groove against the groove. But we're going to cut this edge and then flip it 180 degrees and install it. Again, you may find it helpful to put a scrap piece in to make sure that slides in nice and easy. And then we'll use our pull bar to fit down snug against the laminate, hold it in place, and then tap it until our head seam completely closes. Real nifty, useful tool, pull bar. As you can see, we got this office space installed with the new Mannington Restoration Bespoke product, and it's beautiful. It turned out great. Just to recap again, the locking system is slightly different. It allows that easy angle tap method as opposed to our current restoration product, which is angle. So we're very excited to launch this product. I would recommend highly pick up your Mannington Universal Tapping Block. It works for all of our products. It's got a lot of great features to it, and it's going to help you install this beautiful bespoke product, and we're excited to launch it this year.